Hello there! Yes, bear with me with this next video. I want to talk to you about only one Kenobi here. Only one. What am I thinking? Not doing my introduction properly. What I'd like to do is I want to talk to you about cardback variants, and what sparked this off is a delivery I had today, which has got two variant options for myself and my own collecting, and also the fact that I've actually come up to VC 63, 64 and 65 in my series, the Quick Shot series. If you're new to the channel, I'm going through the entire vintage collection, and that is as far as I'm up to. So I've sort of hit something interesting that involves variants, which I'm going to set them. I'm going to take them off the wall now, set them on the floor. I'm going to try and do this video as best I can in one go live, but if something crosses my mind where I need to go to another room, I'm going to have to cut. So just bear with me, we'll see how it goes. Join me. Okay, here we are then. So as you can see, there are some gaps on the wall. I've taken things off for the purposes of this video, and they're all on the floor here. So this is where I want your advice. If you are a solid, knowledgeable collector, then this is the video for you. I want to show you stuff, and then I want to ask you what you know. So this is what I want to discuss. I noticed the pattern with these three different card backs, 63, 64 and 65. A pattern emerges, and it involves variants. So this is what we have. Starting with 63, you've got the return card with a standard name pill, should we call it. That means there's no other languages on it. Then you've got the revenge with a single name pill. Then, as you saw in my previous video when I reviewed all these, I have a return with multi-language. And at the end of this video I'm going to talk about multi-language, because I found myself in the situation where I'm collecting things. I'm consciously trying to get both types of card variant. Maybe I'm just trying to be a completist now before it would cost me a lot more money in the future. Anyway, moving on. I'll talk about that later. I've put here in a question mark, revenge multi. Is there a revenge of the Jedi card with that multi-language pill on it? The reason I ask that is because, let's look at Leia. There is a revenge of the Jedi with a multi-language on there. So let's go through Leia. There's two gaps here. There is a return Leia slave outfit with a single pill. I have definitely, I guarantee you 100%, I have seen a revenge with a single pill, just like this guy here, and just like that guy there. There is a Leia out there that has a single pill like that, and I had the opportunity to buy it once, but I didn't, thinking, well, I've spent enough money on her, I don't want to be spending more. So there you go. So if it's got a tick on it, I know it exists. And then we have here return multi. So what I want to know is there a card like this, a Return of the Jedi with multi-language, and a card like that, a Return with multi-language for Leia? Because the only one I've ever seen, and the one I own here, is a Revenge with multi-language. So let me know. I want to know if there's 4 of a row of this type, because look, I've only got 3. Well, 3 there, 3 here, 2 here. I know that one exists. So maybe they only did 3, I don't know. I'm relying on somebody who really has a solid collection out there to let me know about this. Then, as you've just briefly seen, combined with what I was just saying, you've got the Return of the Jedi single name pill, Revenge of the Jedi single name pill for the TIE Fighter pilot, and then I have the Return multi-language. I'm going to be reviewing this next. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'm going through the vintage collection. 65 is next. So I want to know if there is a revenge multi, just like that one there. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you know, because I want to know. Simple as that. Move on. Let's move on. Okay, I'm back. So I hope there's enough light here. I was on the floor before, so it was very hard to see. So what I'm going to show you now and talk about is the situation with this new line of vintage collection. Should we call it the Vintage Collection 2, which was announced in 2017 and was released from 2018 onwards, and we've had a steady sort of set of releases now coming through. But one thing I've noticed with that line is, I was just showing you a minute ago some cards from yesteryear, like Leia, Slave and TIE Fighter Pilot, and variants did occasionally creep in. I've even also seen variants on cards like this. I've seen her with a multi-language. I've also seen this guy with a multi-language, and apparently out there, well, not apparently, definitely out there, there is a Yoda, which is the Revenge of the Sith Yoda up here. Excuse the camera work. It is the VC. He's really expensive. The Canadian, it's like a holy grail item. Come on, Yoda, where are you? There he is. You can get him on the original cardback, which is the same as the It's VC20. You can get him on the classic Yoda card from Empire Strikes Back. But it was VC20 and it has multi-language on it. But apart from that, there wasn't really that much going on in terms of, should we call them Canadian cards? I guess Canadian cards existed, but this multi-language thing is something new for 2018, 19 and going on. The first time I was aware of it was when they announced the return of the vintage collection, and I noticed that the First Order Stormtrooper, which I'll have to cut to now, boom, here he is here. I told you they'd be cutting around. The First Order Stormtrooper, the first ever publicity shots were like that, and I was really disappointed. I thought, well, why have we got that? Sure enough, there was a single pill to go with it. That's from the UK or European market, that's the US. The reason they've got that is because we've got warning tabs inside our cards, which means that they put theirs on here, we've got it inside there. Plus they've got a multi-language thing for the international market, I suppose, or the languages spoken. I just don't get it. I don't know why they can't just give us one single pill, because I know for a fact Americans don't like this thing at the bottom. I don't really mind it, really, as long as it's folded neatly like these used to be. Can you see that there? Sorry about the darkness, I'm in a different part of the room. And he's got a nicely neatly folded one there. These are Clone Wars lines from 2011 and 12, I guess, but these are a little bit more of an eyesore. So the bonus for us is that we get a single pill, and I'm sure Americans and people, not just Americans, but anyone who gets these cards on a regular basis would prefer a single pill. Maybe you don't care. I do care. Well, actually, I'm in a situation, this is my dilemma, where I'm collecting both of them. So, I'd sooner my Stormtroopers all look like that. See, there's 3 Stormtroopers here, 3 of them. They've all got chunky text. That's all changed now. So here we go, back here again with this stuff. Today I've had a delivery and it involved receiving a second tank driver. That was my first. The second one is multi-language. And here's my dilemma. I was going to maybe open one or 2 of these figures, but because I've now got 2 variants, I'm keeping them carded. It's because I've got to the point in my collection where I've got everything that I want to sort of do this now when it's more affordable, and then in the future then decide, oh, I'd like the other variant, you know, and I don't want to spend double the money. So I've got now 2 of these. I'm keeping 2 of them. I've got 2 of them. I've got 2 of them. I've got 2 of them. I'm going too fast here. Can you see what I'm on about? I've got 2 of them, look, multi-language, single pill. So it's taken over my life. It's meaning that I can't now open that one for now, at the time being. But the bonus is, actually, I don't really necessarily want that loose. So that now brings me to something else, which is Luke and R2, but I'm going to have to go to a different room again for that one. Bear with me. Hello there. So yeah, let's talk about now Luke and R2, which arrived today. I got the ones in the star cases a couple of weeks ago from ID Toys. These have come today from Darkside Toys, and there's a difference between the 2. The ones from ID Toys were the English one, well, I call them English, but European, the ones that have the paper in the bottom and no warning in the top right. So again, it might distress people to see that paper in the bottom, especially, I will agree, because it looks a lot less attractive than it used to do. I can't stress that enough. They used to fold it up better than that. But anyway, this American one, should we call it, does not have the leaflet in the bottom. However, the R2 is different because he doesn't have, I think it's because he doesn't have any loose parts. He doesn't have that on it. Now the American one, or the international one, whatever you want to call it, though it doesn't have the paper there, it does have that on there. So you might consider the front of the card a little bit more cluttered with text. I certainly do anyway. But the reason that's there is because this does have loose parts. So the sacrifice of having that there is that you don't have paper there. So that's the deal. Now what I wanted to say was, this might sound ridiculous to some of you, but I've received both of these today and I'm buzzing because they both don't have the multi-language. Now that I don't like. That's good because that means that I don't have to keep 2. I can open one of them, which I want to open one of them. I want this figure loose badly. But this is the thing I was thinking today. I was thinking I've come so far with collecting multi-languages that I thought to myself, damn it, should I keep them both? Because they are technically different. That's got that there, that doesn't. That's got that there, that doesn't. So am I going down the dark path? But then again, I want to hear from you. Are there people out there? Are you someone who does do that? Do you buy 3? Do you buy US, Europe, and one to open? Personally, I do not have the infinite bank balances and or funds, should we say, nor the wall space to do that. So I am going to be opening one of these 2. I haven't decided yet. I think it might be. I don't know if there's a splash of paint on his head there that I'm not happy with, so I might keep that one, or have that, I don't know. That one looks a bit, they're totally different. They look slightly different, and I haven't decided. Well, I'll have to get back to you on that one. Let's talk about R2 now, which is slightly different. As I said to you, well, you know, I have to put that there. He doesn't have any loose parts. Boss Bounty told me this. I wondered why that hadn't been covered with the warning, and that's because he's got nothing on him that's loose, which is great. So again, I haven't decided which of these two I'm going to open. It might be that I decide to open that one because it looks, maybe, as you're quite right, people have told me, if you're from America, it does look a lot uglier, that. Then that one's a bit more clean, should we say, not as much cluster. But then again, as I said this morning, I was thinking, should I keep both? Which is just crazy, because that means I'm going to be spending loads more money for the only difference being that and that +4 thing there, you know what I mean? Let's have a look at the backs. Maybe there's a bit more language on the back. This is rough and ready, this video, ladies and gentlemen, so excuse the quality. Yeah, the backs are vastly different, but that doesn't matter. We're not looking at the back, are we, when they're hanging on the wall? My other dilemma this week was the fact that you saw it, I had a video when I went to Forbidden Planet recently, and in my hand, ladies and gentlemen, I had a card I really wanted. Again, I'm not really fussed about I want single pills, but in the case of this, that's all I have for the Praetorian Guard. I do not like that Praetorian Guard card. I don't really like the Praetorian Guard card anyway. I think it's not as good as others in the wave, but I certainly want the English pill one, and I had it. Here it is. Let me just cut to that. There it is. Unbelievable. I had it in my hand, and I just stupidly thought I was expecting another one in the post from someone, but I'm not. So I've rung them up and I've said, can you put it aside? Hopefully it will be in good nick. And that is about it. And the thing about this Gamorrean Guard is this came today, and I bought this from David from Darkside with the full intention of opening it because I need him loose. However, this is the other issue I've got, the fact that it's come like that, and I'm expecting another one from Star Action tomorrow. I'm going to wait until tomorrow to see what he has. If it's another Gamorrean with a double pill, I'm opening one of them. But if it comes with single, I'll be tempted to keep it. That means I'll have 3 VC21s, which would be cool, because I'll have 3 different ones, and I like keeping vintage stuff carded. But that means I'll have to find another Gamorrean Guard to open, because I do want him loose big time. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot more to come from me on my channel. Hope I've not bored you with this information, but I'm sure I know a lot of you are very interested in how I collect, and you know, I want to know from what you do. But I'm going to be opening definitely one of these. I'm not messing around keeping one carded. I don't think that's ridiculous. I'm going to be opening one and recarding this number 9 R2D2 from the Black series, which is clean. I think that this would be awesome to see what that figure looks like inside this packaging. I'll tell you now, Boss Bounty's already done it. I don't know if he's made a video on it, but it does look good. So I'm going forward. Tim, I'm doing it for my own channel. And then also, check this out. This is the story I want to tell you. Same situation of that is not good for me. I don't like the multi-language of that card either. This is one of the first releases of the new wave of vintage collection stuff, the Vintage Collection 2. I got a second one from The Entertainer, and unwittingly I opened it, and it was an English pill. But this is just an extra little bit of information for your own interest. I managed to source another one, thankfully, on eBay for less than retail price, which was good. And again, I got really desperate about that because I thought, my God, these must be rare, and I've not seen one since. So that's the situation I'm in. To explain my dilemma, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that I want to snag him now in case one day I want to get him and I can't get him. So I'm up to my eyes and ears in cardbacks, and I'm running out of wall space. But you know, it's all good. It's all good, you know. There's some good figures, some good stuff coming out. Thank you for watching that. Please leave your thoughts and comments and share this video. Share it round, you know, share it to people who might have that information about those multi-language cards. I'd really appreciate that. And subscribe to Only One Kenobi, the one and Obi channel for the Star Wars Vintage Collection.